It's really funny because the way that these years have been passing without me realizing that it is all in the divine's plan for me, and that knowledge in itself, it hurts a lot. It hurts that I had to experience these things for me to come to the realization of reality that you're trying to tell me I don't know how or why. Stop right now. You're trying to tell me I don't know why I try. I wanna get to. People aren't always as they seem or how I perceive them to be. I was a 17-year-old girl who had the biggest heart, but time and time again, I was let down by somebody I loved. Not the most, but I had a lot of love for. Somebody I loved with all my heart. And in the time of breaking up with them for the final time, I realized that this is what is right for me. And looking back at my journal, which I have not been doing, I wrote a message to myself, which was supposed to be my senior quote, but my senior year was a turmoil of things that I just couldn't find the space within myself to get done. But I was focused so much on bettering my mindset and coming to the conclusion of why God put this person in my life for me to have this realization. And it's like, that's what the whole thing was at the end of the day. And if I look back at my videos that I was taking of me constantly questioning why this person treated me as such, even though he was the one who came to me talking about this boy fine, like, nah, it wasn't. I don't even know what it was, because cheers with the meat pie, bon appetit. I'm gonna read it. I need to remind myself, and it will hurt for me sometimes, but don't get distracted unless I know the time is right. Tearese Edemy. Why did I pronounce my name like these people? Nah. Edemy, let's get it right. What the hell? I wrote this while breaking up with my first real love. #SoCunt. I will find all I'm looking for in divine time. And that was to be my senior quote. As a Virgo, when it's time to release, I will release. Please don't second guess me. When I'm serious, I'm serious. And I will know when I don't feel emotion, aka neutral, behind that decision. It's not a bad thing. It will come back. I don't know what I meant by that. Heaven by Beyonce. When I said I tried my best with all that I was given, I did. I really did try my best, honestly. I'm sad. This is my grief process because it isn't pain, sadness, it's release. And I don't denounce this anymore. I will utilize it for what it is and accept it. I love myself, and that is okay. That is real, like admitting to myself that I love myself and I accept that I love myself, that it's okay to love myself. Like, I feel like our society really does not promote self-love. They constantly seek after the validation or the approval of others in the ways that we act, the way that we talk amongst one another, the way that we just behave simply as we are. For me to be in that space and time at that time, and for that to resonate so deeply with me now, that I love myself and it is okay despite my shame, despite my past behaviors, despite my people pleasing, despite my codependency, that I need to remove and release all of those things for me to be the full being that I am. And it's like, coming into this paradigm and with the experiences that have led me to this day, it's felt like I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to love myself because of what I have experienced, and people don't understand that. And I am feeling the energies of people who have hurt me or have tried to hurt me or have wanted to hurt me, and their efforts just completely failed because I knew, despite anything, that I have to love myself and release my shame at the end of the day. That, like, this was my 18th birthday, and I felt like on my 18th birthday, it felt like fatigue was dragging me down, and I'm reading it. Fatigue is dragging me down like the seven seas. I am being dragged in a timeless world where I am infinite. In my dreams, I am infinite. They are telling me I am dreaming now. Things are not as linear as they may seem. I am not bound by time and memory. I am action. I am cause and effect. I don't wait for things to happen to me. I claim them and then take action. I and my inner child have been feeling very sad and very conflicted on the fact that I made space for me to enjoy myself and to be happy after I was assaulted. I put myself in positions where others would usually shun themselves and close themselves out to the world. I shined brightly, and I became even brighter than I ever expected myself to be, despite how I was feeling, despite my midsummer cries image. Like, it was so bad, the amount of emotions I was simply shedding over the course of 2024 that was really a reflection of how I was feeling in 2023. Like, 2023 was the dissonance of it. 2024 was the materialization of it, and I feel like 2025 is the complete release and renewal of all I've been through, and me coming to a platform to really talk about and release, not just release onto people, but like help people be seen in the ways that, my mom is so loud, I'm so sorry. For people to be seen in the ways that I felt like I wasn't, and I feel like isn't really portrayed in today's media. How a lot of us go through stuff, but we feel like we aren't allowed to release those feelings of shame, of neglect, of betrayal, of, you know, like when after I had sex with this dude, they didn't really respect or see the person that I was. And I really didn't know how to portray it, because I'm not going to portray something to you if you don't even have the space to hold what I'm bringing to you now. Like, and I am a very deep, intelligent person. Like, you will not know the depths of my being. Being assaulted in 2024 at the age of 18, when it feels like in today's society that people are supposed to know. And I feel like, looking back on it now, I should have known you shouldn't go to the park in the dark with someone you barely know. But I was feeling a lot of feelings of just loneliness, and I didn't know it was betrayal, but it was honestly betrayal, because the person that I had done the do with was the person who kind of, I feel like, orchestrated the whole thing. They had posted next, and after a while, I seen on that same day they had posted a Tory Lanez song, Her Experiencing Reality, or Having Experiencing Reality. Bitch, are you dumb? Or are you dumb? Like, oh, thank you, fuck you, you know what I mean? But I'm not even having a key right now. I'm just glad that I can come to this platform and express my true self. Like, I feel like this is the first video that I need to be making when I come back. I'm going to be making a video which dives into the depths of what I've been doing these past 2-3 years on my spiritual journey, how I've been uncovering a lot of my shame, a lot of my self-doubt, a lot of my inability to pursue my dreams and passions. And I feel like a lot of people do that. A lot of people are naturally attuned to, you know, creativity because they were allowed to express that in their childhood. But throughout my fashion, my own sense of style, I've done that a lot, but it came with the covering up of who I was at my core, and my inability to speak up for myself, and my ability to honestly communicate how I was feeling, like, and being true to who I am and what I like and what I dislike. Like, I really had no clue of that, and it was through my journey that I really figured all of that out in this time period. And having the sense of self that your purpose on this world is to heal and to heal others, because I feel like it was my job to heal others based on other traumas that I had carried throughout my youth, dealing with emotional unavailable parents, or people who I thought were emotionally unavailable, or people who didn't show up for me emotionally, and being beaten when I was a kid, being assaulted when I was a kid, you know, like so much shit that I had suppressed, and I had suppressed myself along with it, really shaped who I was and my identity for the first 15 years of my life. And after 15, after I wore that hijab and that headscarf that made me feel comfortable enough to express a different identity than what I have been presenting myself with for the longest of times, it really gave me that sense to be like, I can do, but I didn't have the words in my vocabulary. I didn't have the strength to defy just yet. It was when I became an adult, when I became 18, that I started really defying. And, you know, like, even if I was wrong, because I hated being wrong, because I thought that the people who had taught me were not right, but they were the superior, and I really could not do anything about that. And it's really hard when you grow up and you feel like you're not good enough to interact with some certain people, or like not good enough, but like you feel like you can't because you're not in the vibration to really meet them with the confidence that is, you know, not just niceties, not just like surface level. And for the longest time, I didn't think I was pretty. I didn't think that I was. I swear I'll be the peace if you want. Yeah. Shut up!
You're in charge.
I was trying to make a video. And because 2024 was the way it was, instead of me connecting with people that could have boosted my self-image, I shied away from that because it wasn't something I was familiar with. It wasn't something that I felt I could do just yet, because I wasn't the beauty standard, because I wasn't the standard of what I felt like beauty should be. And I feel like that's why I cut my hair. This is my 1 month anniversary, guys. The lighting. This is my 1 month anniversary, guys, of being bald headed. Like, I purposely cut my hair on December 29th, 2024. And I feel like that day will shape the rest of my years for the years to come, so that on New Year's Day I can fully bask in what I have brought myself to, rather than the New Year's Day be the day that I celebrate my defiance against what reality is and what I have, or what others have perceived it to be. The years to come will signify what I made it, how I shaped my life, and what I have done in the past that has helped me grow into the person that I want to become for the future. But as I was saying, with not feeling like I was pretty enough, I didn't feel like I was pretty enough to meet other pretty people and to bask in prettiness, because it wasn't something that I was focused on at the time. I was really diving deep into my subconscious, diving deep into my shadow to understand why my inner child didn't feel like she was loved, didn't feel like she was worthy, didn't feel like she was, good enough. And I met someone who embodied those same feelings within, but just didn't acknowledge them. And I didn't think that it was my job to help them realize it. I thought that the connection between us would help make some sort of realization, but at the end of the day, I was left, I was ghosted, and I feel like this other person is dealing a lot with their guilt and their shadow at this time period, which that is out of my control. A song that I really am resonating with is I Know That Face by Willow. And I know that face that you make when you're scared to see all the shadows in your mind. I know you're not facing me, and this ain't facing. Let me show you what it's like to know. Light and dark is just a place called home. That song. And there's another song, I just really can't think about it right now. It's just not, present. But it's somewhere along the lines of the Willow song. And it's like, I have dealt a lot with caretaking and be a caretaker to others, people who I feel like I can't take care of or I can't teach. Me being taught is something that I'm not used to. I feel like even though other people have placed upon me their set of beliefs and ideologies, that I have always, in a way, carried my own sense of being, and in some aspects that carried through and throughout my life, with a lot of the shame that I experienced surrounding me, being the biggest, fattest, best twerker in the 6th grade, me having a lot of crushes in general, like not knowing how to discern crushes. And I'm going to talk a lot about these specific things, but I really just want to give a broad scope of what I want my channel to be about and what I feel like that has been heavy on my heart throughout this past couple of years, like from late 2023 to now 2025, and really talk about it. Like, really, let's get into it. Like, let's dive deep. Like, let's do a deep dive. We really gonna uncover, because it's like now I'm feeling comfortable within myself to bring forth that identity that I've always had throughout my 17 years, my 18 years. But the 18 years, like, it was like uncovering it, but it was really like within. Like, it was like, okay, we're emotionally processing this. We are physically. Somebody just told me to shut up in the ethers. Fuck you. Sending love though. Like, and the fact that I can still do this without being high, and the fact that I had to be high to feel like I could have cultivated the feelings and the shadow aspects that I wanted to uncover. Being high also led me to my detriment. That's why I really said, hold on, wait a minute, we need to stop. But I want to connect with a lot of people who vibrate with me on different frequencies, and now I understand that people vibrate on different frequencies. You just have to meet them where they're at within their perspective. And it's like, my perspective is really broad, but I have multiplicities of interests that I can dive deep into, like politics, fashion, spirituality, because they're all different. And it's like, I didn't know how to differentiate that. I was really just learning how to be full within myself and to find my voice and to unravel and release those unconscious fears that I had held from my upbringing and from my past. So to anybody that I was fearful of connecting with, or like just unable to meet you on the foundation where it didn't seem like I was a complete weirdo, because myself was shooketh by your ability of self-acceptance, because I'm not the type of person who will send jabs at you, like, because I can't meet you. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I will just, like, my presence will just not be there, you know what I mean? Like, I just won't involve myself, because I know I can't sustain that involvement, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's why, like, a lot of people are like anxious, like it's anxiety. Like, I was anxious, like I was a little bit scared, and I'm not gonna be scared anymore. Like, I'm gonna really release that fear in my day-to-day, like being able to talk with and view the wide variety of personalities and people that are in this world, just to understand that that does not define me. That does not set the foundation of who I am or who I should be. Because I feel like this is a good person, this is a bad person, this is a person that, you know, you can't really talk to. You know, there's some people that, you know, you really can't talk to because they don't have the space to hold, you know, space for you, and that's okay. But there's a lot of different ways that you can connect, or you can just leave them be, because there's a lot of people also in the world who will prey upon you because they want to get closer to the fact that you are a light being. At the end of the day, that's the best way I could describe it. You know, like, some people have different lights about them, you know. Like, I'm gonna talk about, and I really love this girl, like Trinity is a YouTuber, but it's also somebody that I knew in my personal life that I just didn't feel able to talk to her, even though we might have had like a lot of similarities, but I just felt a little bit more alternative compared to her. But I feel like that was a lot of my limiting beliefs in the ways that I could have still communicated with her on some aspects, and maybe she could have gave me some insight, because she is I'm not gonna say older woman. I hate when I say that. She's older than me, okay? That's it, you know? But there's somebody who was older than me who really just was an imbecile. And, like, she did tell me that. And it's just like, the period of 16 through 18, I did not want to listen. I was finding myself, okay? I did not want to listen to anybody. I'm really sorry. Like, next time I'll listen. Like, I'll be cognitive, okay? Like, I'm not gonna just listen blindly about what people say about themselves, because when they be over talking about themselves, or like trying to defer you from what you want to do, like, it's a lot of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like understanding that bullshit and really peeping that bullshit, clocking that bullshit, you know, it's, you know, something. But I don't want to make this video too long. It's already too long, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, again, subscribe, like the bell, please. Like, stay tuned with me, y'all. We gonna be having fun here. You know, I'm not gonna be a dead ass bitch like I always am. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a key. We're gonna have a cry. Like, I'm not the type of person, I will cry on the internet. Okay, I will cry on the internet. All right. I love that. I don't care. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and love you. I wanna get to know you, baby. As friends, you drive.